y'all, welcome back to my channel. You already know what time it is. Today is October 17th, so you already know what that means. I just came back from Miami Carnival. It was a vibe. I have so much to talk to you guys about in this video, along with a lot of clips that I saved for you guys to see. I got you guys covered all the way from when we first leave Boston all the way down to the very last event. So let's get started. So I honestly started planning this trip way back in January, but it honestly took us 2 months to kind of pull everything together and to say, like, I already knew that I was going to Miami Carnival. I just didn't start buying everything until like August. I'm pretty sure I started buying my costume way before then, probably July. As soon as the costumes come out, I try to jump on that, or like, just compile a little list of qualities that I like, such as like pricing, quality, how much bang for my buck I can get, the styles, all that good stuff. I had such an amazing time. Like, I honestly did not think I'd have as much fun as I honestly did. I've only been to 3 places so far, and I'd have to say Miami was one of the best. Played with the one and only Rama J. Okay, look at this headpiece. Like, I want to wear this headpiece everywhere. I want to wear it to work. I want to wear it to my wedding. I want to wear it to the bar. I want to wear it to dinner. I want to wear it to bed. It's like literally the most beautiful part of the costume. So like in the beginning, I already said I played with Rama J. They are the bomb. So much hospitality, so much good service. The quality of my costume was impeccable. Stayed from Friday, October 11th, all the way up to Tuesday the 15th. We didn't rent a car or anything like that. We kind of just Uber and Lyft. It was 5 of us, including myself. So splitting the prices wasn't that bad. And it was honestly just a lot easier for us to rent a car because we had to pay for parking at our hotel. You kind of have to pay for parking wherever you go. There's not a lot of street parking down in like Wynwood or like Ocean Drive. So honestly, it was easier to just be able to jump out of a car and go straight to the pump. Like, you don't even have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about getting your car towed. Who's paying for what? Like, just as soon as you hop out, it's constant vibes. Ended up staying 20 to 40 minutes away from like the Florida airport, the Fort Lauderdale airport, and like all of the events. We purposely picked a hotel close enough to Carnival, and it was kind of close to Jouvert as well. It was a little bit of a drive. Costume pickup. Y'all need to do better. Costume pickup was an absolute mess. It was a 2.5-hour wait. The day I went, I had friends who were already down there beforehand, so they must have touched down probably Wednesday or Thursday, and they went and picked up their costume, and that was fine because they didn't have a problem. But for some reason, it seemed like a majority of the masqueraders, like myself, ended up flying down on Friday afternoon to like Friday night. So it seemed like majority of us were on the same 2 flights. I think there was an afternoon flight for 3 o'clock that I was on, and then there was like probably like a nighttime flight, maybe like 7 or so, 6 or 7, and it seemed like majority of the masqueraders were on that flight. The line was literally a 2.5-hour wait, and it was like nonsense we were waiting for. There was like 5 literal parts to just picking up the costume, like just the stages we had to go through before we could physically get our costume. First, we had to wait in line, okay, and that was just a mess all on its own. That was majority of where I stood, was in line, the first line, okay. So then as I'm waiting in line, we have to wait. I'm just going to say the receptionist, or just basically one of the band leaders. She has her little computer set up. She has a printer set up, and she's literally printing out your receipt and your barcode one by one. Okay, so she prints out that piece of paper. That then goes to another section leader who you still have to stand to the side and wait for. And he calls you in by like groups of like no bigger than like 5 people. This was taking place at like a hotel, so I think they like rented out like a ballroom or just a conference room, period. So you're outside of the conference room, and then the second step is to get to like the second part of the hallway. You have to wait for the section leader. He comes, he gets the receipts from the nice receptionist lady, band leader, whatever you want to call her. He reads out your name in your section, and then he says, "Come with me," and then we go into the conference room. It's better. So we go into the conference room, and he kind of just like splits us up by section, which is, it makes sense. But it's like about a good I would say 4 to 6 tables spread out across the conference room. And it's basically like just section by section. So say, for example, like if you're in a purple section, you have a table. If you're in a blue section, you have a table. So that's just basically how it's split up. And then he tells you to have a seat. As if I have not already been standing in this line for like literally like 2 hours. I now have to have a seat in front of my section. I think that maybe they were putting the pieces together because as I arrived, I noticed that there was a young lady who was gluing my headpiece together. It wasn't just my specific headpiece, but she was gluing headpieces together, which is understandable. You know what I mean? You got a lot of costumes. You got a lot of people coming to different places. So I am not mad at you, honey. God damn. I sat there for like a good 20 to 25 minutes. And it was just a mess because I'm picking up my own costume. My best friend's picking up her costume. And then our other best friend, we're picking up costumes for like her family. So in total, we're walking away with 4 costumes, okay? So wait, this just gets better. I'm thinking after the 20 to 30 minutes that we sat there waiting for our costume, we are at the end of the road. We are not at the end of the road yet. Now we have to wait in line again. We are waiting in line again for our Jouvert wear and like wristbands and all that stuff. It would have made a lot more sense and it would have been less time consuming as if you put everybody's like Jouvert wear and like wristbands and stuff like that together in the same bag. It was equally confusing because we picked up the costume with no problem, but it was the Jouvert wear we had to pull like a whole ID for. Like it was just a lot. We ended up getting these wristbands minus the purple one. We got the blue one and a green one. I didn't take mine off yet because if I take it off, that means the fun is over. I don't want the fun to be over. And more so, I kept them on just so you guys can see what they look like. So it was a win-win. So we ended up picking up all of our stuff. They went through our costumes with us. Like I said, you always want to make sure you go through the costumes. However, they were still missing things in people's bags. Specifically, the young ladies that we were picking up the costumes for on their behalf because their flight was delayed. I know one of my number 1 tips as a traveling masquerader is make sure that you go through your bags with somebody there and make sure you have all your stuff. But honestly, the way things were going that night, it was so difficult. And I don't know that person's costume like that. When she was going through everything, it seemed like she had everything in the bag for us, but she was missing the bras, like the top pieces for the other 2 ladies' costumes. So the name of my section was the Wu Zetian Empress of China. And it was the backline section, and I personally loved it. I'm like so ditzy that I thought up until 3 days before our flight that my costume came with feathers. We did not order that part, and I'm actually really happy I didn't. It was hot as hell outside, and I'm just glad that I didn't have to carry anything on my back. So unboxing the costume, it was absolutely amazing. It was obviously gorgeous. Okay, like, you know, I had slight technical difficulties in terms of the bottoms. Okay, the bottoms had like an open cut right above like the pubic area. So it was hard because it was kind of saggy in the front. So I kind of had to like pull it in the back and then tuck it in the butt. It was a lot going on. But I made it work and it was banging. You already know when you pay for your costume and like your Jouvert wear, you got your cups and like your Jouvert shirt already included. So it's just, you just ready to pump. The first event that we went to was Jouvert, and that was spectacular. That was on Saturday morning, I believe from like the hours of like 8 to like 4 p.m. at the most. And they cut off the trucks. You cut off the trucks at like 3 p.m. Like I think like the very first truck to enter the, I'm gonna say finish line or like the ending area is at 3 p.m. And then obviously it's gonna take some time for the rest of the trucks to follow through, and that was like so much fun. Yes, Jouvert was a complete vibe. Okay, from the time we touched down, okay, there was so many trucks there, so many bands, so many people. My truck was all the way at the very end, so of course we got there. It was like, you know, we had to troop it to find our truck because our truck got the drinks. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got these wristbands for. That's what we got our cups for. I'm running for my drink. Plus, I got there mad late, probably around like 1 p.m. Yeah, there was really no more L left. They only had like beer and like juice and soda. It was a sad time, but you already know I came with my Camelback and I was ready to go. But I mean, I've been drinking. Okay? So when they told me they had beer, I'm like, that's no problem. That ain't a problem. Pour that in my Camelback. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. Of course, Rama J, they had breakfast at like 7 or 6 a.m. I Listen, I've played Mass for a while and I have never ever in life been to a breakfast by any band. I'm sorry. I just can't get up that early. I'm not an early bird. That's my loss. I'm missing out on the money I spent. Whoop-de-doo-doo. Let's talk about Carnival. Carnival was such a great time. Like, I'm actually really sad that I had to come back. It's been like 3 days since I've been back and I'm actually very upset about that. All I can do is look at my pictures and go, oh, of course, we get dressed, we get ready. When you go to distribution, they give you all the stuff you need. All you have to do is just follow directions. On our little paper, the time slot that we had was for noon. I was like, great. You know, I'm going to try to be there for noon or whatever the case is, but I already know how Carnival goes. Whenever they tell you a time, honey, them trucks ain't going nowhere, baby. Them trucks is not going nowhere. Not a damn place. Me, hungry as a mug, I hop out the Uber and I'm running, you know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta eat something. So I run. I'm probably one of the first people there to get my plate of food. They were serving like little rice chicken some. Yeah, no. The chicken was doable. Like I ate the chicken. I was fine with that because I needed something to eat or whatever the case is. But that rice, baby, no. I don't know what happened to that rice. I think what happened was they undercooked it, underestimated it, took the shit out and served it to us. And yeah. I tried to soldier on for a bit, but you know what I mean? I ate the chicken and I was like, woo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? My homegirl didn't want the chicken, so I ate her chicken off her plate. But what do you want? Oh, you know what I mean? I was there at a timely fashion. Like I said, I was eating, I was chilling, I was putting some glitter on, making sure I got all my stuff together, just relaxing before the pump. And of course, you know, in the yard, they got music and stuff like that. It was held at FIU. You know, the college in Florida. So it was a big, 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 big area for them to have it. So lots of space, lots of fun. It was great. We didn't honestly get up off the ground till like 3, almost 4 p.m. I don't know what was going on. I heard through the grapevine our truck was having technical difficulties. I don't know that for certain. If they did, shit happens, but nobody's truck honestly really and truly moved until like 4 p.m. Like I told you guys, I kind of got there around like 12:30, 1 p.m. at the most, and I sat on the ground for like 2 to 3 hours, and that was fine by me. I was cooling, you know what I mean? I was listening to the vibes. It was great, you know. I was ready to go. Yeah, so honestly, it was a great time. So once the truck started rolling on the road, you know what I mean, that's when they had the drinks flowing. It was great. It was a lituation. It had rums and vodkas and this and that and third. It was great. It was great. It was honestly about a good, I would say 8 to 10 miles of a stretch. Maybe I'm stretching it. If somebody has the exact circumference, I'm joking, the exact like length, kilometers, distance that we actually walked, feel free to comment below if you were there. A lot of people were there for Miami Carnival this year. So if you know more about that distance and you care enough to publish that out there, by all means comment below and let me know. But it was long as hell. Okay, like it was getting dark and we were still out there. Okay, 7:26. I'm like, goddamn, like we still out here, bruh. Like we really in the trenches. Honestly, I bitched out on the lowest of key. And I had to just come out entirely of the trail. And like I walked way ahead of everybody else where the stage is at, and I had to just cool for a little bit. Cause I've been doing this since goddamn, honestly, 2 o'clock. It's 8:30. I'm tired. It's hot. My camelback is defrosting. My feet hurt. I'm over it. Me and my amigos, we just kindly waited to the side for a little bit, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the lime, enjoying the time, and then eventually around like 9 is when our truck finally came through, and I was like, great, because now I'm just gonna run up in the section as if I've been pumping the whole way through, even though I bitched out hours ago. And I finally crossed stage. That was great. Really and truly, the last truck really did not come through till like 9:45, almost 10 o'clock at night. It was ridiculous. And then it's funny too, because as soon as the trucks come through and they, you know, everybody does their little performance section by section, they're being judged with the stage lights on the stage, all that fun stuff like that. The trucks kind of go off into like their own sections of the schoolyard in a form. And it's like they're having like their own parties. Like it's so freaking cute. Like literally it's like truck and truck and truck and truck. And then it's like they're playing their own music. They got lights. They got TV screens, and it's like literally like, oh, you don't like that song over there? Go to the next truck. You don't like that song right there? Go to the next truck. Like, it was so fun. Not to mention that there was like at least 100 food vendors there. I swear to God, there was. Like, to the point people run out of food. And the theme of Carnival for me this year that I've seen is that it was like jerk chicken was like the theme. So like mostly every place that I went to, because that's what I've been craving for some reason when I was down there, is I've been craving jerk chicken. Every vendor that I went to, for some reason, either it was like a 30-minute wait for their chicken, which I get it, you gotta cook the chicken, you're trying to poison people with salmonella, whatever, but damn. Or they ran out of some damn chicken, or they ran out of some damn fries, or they ran out of some damn rice. Like, it was just, after like a good 30 minutes of like scavenging for food amongst the stands, I was able to find some jerk chicken. So like around 10:30, we had to dip out, me and my crew, because we bought tickets for Endless Jam. And that one was held in Wynwood. So we went to Wynwood right after. And that was a good one. We had Moto, and we had, my God, who else did we have? Because I am dense, I had to pull up the Eventbrite, because we ended up getting there a little late, but you know, people really don't start performing until later. Yeah, but I seen Moto, Problem Child, Shaquille from Barbados, LFS Music, Hollywood HP. Funny story, actually, they dropped Problem Child. The man decided he wanted to crowd surf. Everybody was with it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I looked up, he was in the crowd. Next thing you know, that man was flying headfirst towards me. My guy did not come all the way from where he came from to get dropped, but it was still a grand time. So the next day is Monday. We chilled out for a little bit, went to get breakfast, and then we went to the Foam Fest, which was the greatest time I've ever had in my entire life. It was so freaking fun. My lights for this whole trip and just Carnival experience was just magnificent. Like, it was straight vibes. Like, every place that I've been to or event was just spacious land. Like, it was so much to do, so many events, so many things to do, so many people to see, but like not enough time. So it was just all around a 10 out of 10 experience for me. The only dislike about Carnival itself was just, it was mad long, but like, that's just me. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody thinks it's mad long, but it was super fun. Like, even though I like wimped out and had to go take a dip from to the side, it was still fun. Like, it was still great. Some of my tips would be that it is a very long route, so I recommend staying hydrated. If you're gonna drink and get drunk, like, try to drink some water. Like, don't fizzle out. It was hot as hell outside and you walking, you know what I mean? Just imagine like as if you were hiking. You still have to take care of your body, you know what I'm saying? Bring a small portable charger. That was one of my mistakes, and that, again, another one of my Masquerader tips that I messed up. And I forgot, I didn't bring my portable charger, period, to Miami. So when my homie came at the end, she ended up bringing a portable charger. All was well, I was saved. Your shoe size, always, 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 always wear a half size up or a full size up. You're gonna be walking, your feet are going to hurt. Your feet need space to kind of like, you know, lay out, cry. It just needs space to breathe, and you want to be comfortable. So please don't be that person. If you're going to buy shoes for your costume, try to get like one size at the most up, just to give you a little room. Cut your toenails short. That's also another thing that I feel like people don't think is a factor, but it's a factor. Bring hand sanitizer or wipes for your hands. You know what I mean? You're going to be snacking on the road. You're going to be eating on the road. But just imagine everything you touch, your Pelton waist, you know what I mean? You're touching the counter, you're touching the cup, you're touching the fence, you're touching the trees, you're touching people. You know what I mean? Try to bring something to wipe your hands. It gets nasty.
Kind of vibes. This is the truth, and we're going to have the most fun all weekend. Let me go. Take a shot and have a drink and party. Ladies, I want you to bend over in front of any man. Hey,